Convincing win for H2K over Giants in the very first game. I should say relatively convincing, and definitely that Jarvan first pick paying dividends for them.
Yeah, I mean, the Jarvan just didn't, I mean, he was pretty much had pressure in the mid lane, the top lane, all early game. He got into the Pantheon's head, he counter-ganked him every single step of the way, and once you start counter-ganking Pantheon and Pantheon gets behind in the Jarvan-Pantheon matchup, it's just Jarvan's game. You just outscale him so hard, and he ended up getting the Jace ahead. The Jace hit his power spike really early. He ended up getting the right items. And you saw in that Dragon fight, it was pretty much a 4v5, and the Jace hit one Shock Blast, just knocked their whole team away from the Dragon, so they weren't really able to go for any objectives.
Yeah, the reason Jarvan's really good right now as a first pick is because he's a flex pick, which means you can play in top lane into one of the favorite top laners, Lissandra. I don't think she was banned this game, so this basically said H2K was telling Giants here, yeah, we're going to pick Jarvan. If you guys go Lissandra, we'll just put him in top lane, so you guys can't really pick that. And on top of that, Jarvan Janna brings so much appeal for this double poke-oriented composition that they were running. They had a Jace and a Corki hit their power spikes really mid-game, 22 minutes, 25 minutes. And you saw Fabiven, he was involved in 3 or 4 kills by the 15-minute mark. He already had 130 CS. The reason sometimes you watch Jace and you think it's not doing that too much damage is because the Jace just doesn't farm enough. But if he gets his Muramana and some armor pen, he just so much damage.
Yeah, and also even though he didn't have that many kills, they still kept the pressure on him. And we said it before, the Giants like to do that in camp mid lane. And it seems like that's the only thing they do have as a strategy right now, because they didn't have to pull out anything else in the other best of 3. So what should be their focus then?
Their bot lane looked like they were performing really well. I mean, they were hitting literally every single hook. Every time I was off cooldown, he's like, all right, I got you again. I'm out of mana because I hit you with so many hooks. I think with the Pantheon, they should have looked more bottom. They actually had a lot of dive opportunities where the Thresh ended up blowing a lot of summoners for them. And I think they could have just snowballed the bot and maybe carried the game out of that.
Yeah, Sivir Pantheon can gap close so much. You can just... Pantheon ulti's so far behind them, and just Sivir blows their ulti and she can chase all day. But I was really impressed by Rydell, because not only was he hooking straight hooks on lane, at that point Hjarnan was hit so many times that he was afraid standing at the edge. Rydell would walk up, and at that point Voidal would panic, and he would try to help his AD carry by walking into shield range, and then Rydell will just switch. He's like, yeah, I'm done hooking Corki. I'm going to start hooking Janna now. He switched it up perfectly every single time. And then in mid-game, yeah, he tried to get in there, got a couple good hooks, but same point that's out during the game as well. The Mercury treads on Jace really saved his ass a couple of times.
Yeah, actually in one of the really big fights mid, Jace ended up getting hooked, and the hook duration gets lowered while you have a Merc tread, so I think he misjudged it. I didn't think he really expected him to have those Merc treads so early, and he ended up just baiting his whole team, and they all just died.
I do have to say with Giants, they were behind, but they did try and group up and push bottom lane. They went for that engage in the top lane, so they definitely don't just sit back and let the other team roll over them. But if Pepinero doesn't get going, maybe the top lane could be a focus. That Mundo was definitely really annoying. He was just diverting them, then Corki could go and split push. He could split push himself, and he made a big impact. I actually don't think they expected the Mundo pick. Giants ended up, they first picked Aurelia, didn't they? Yeah, so they first picked Aurelia, and Mundo actually, I think it's a soft counter to Aurelia, because you might not bully her in lane that hard, especially since Aurelia did the level 2 cheese, and she got a head off of that. But you just outscale her, because health stacking is what counters Aurelia, because she's all about true damage and proccing your W. But Mundo you just stack so much health. You're like, wait, what's 40 true damage? What does that even do to me? I'm regenerating 5 times at a second. So they just can't kill him once he gets to a certain point. He just puts so much pressure on the map. Yeah, definitely a lot of things that Giants must be looking to ban here. We'll see what they'll come up with in Game 2. It is, of course, a best of 5, only one game in to see who will join the LCS. The Giants can come back in this next one, so stick around.